Hello, welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. I want to talk about Agapanthus and Agapanthus care. And I've jokingly called the video Make Agapanthus Great Again because that's what I intend to do here with my Agapanthus. I'm going to show you a routine which I follow every year and specifically every springtime. It's the 2nd of April. Our Agapanthus have just come out of winter storage. Let me talk to you about winter storage. Agapanthus, there's two different types. There's a hardy one and there's one that's not so hardy. Obviously the hardy one can stay out. I put all mine in a cool, dark garage all winter because despite the fact that some of them are hardy, some of my collection are hardy, one year I lost them all and I've had to go through the process of regrowing my stock. So all mine go inside for the winter. And when there's no sign of any real frost, I bring them out again. And this is what they look like when they come out. They look very anemic and very pale. And that's because they've been in the dark, basically. So essentially, they've not been photosynthesizing. And they've not really been watered either. But no harm done because they will easily last the winter until spring. And then when they come out in springtime, as these have just done, I've put them in a really sunny spot. And I'm about to do something which will give them a tonic and make them burst into life. Before I do that, let me just tell you a few things about Agapanthus, which I know to be true. Agapanthus like sunny, dry, well-drained soil, okay? And they like to be crowded in their pots. Now, that's not to say they want to be overcrowded. They don't want to be pot-bound, but they do like to be comfy and secure. And if they're nice and tightly packed into the pots, that's when they'll start flowering. But if they get overcrowded and potted and pot bound, then that's when they'll need repotting. And you can either repot them into a bigger pot, or you can do what I do, which is basically take them out of the existing pot, cut the rootstock in half with a spade, or even four pieces. You can sometimes get 4 out of one, and then repot those back into the same size pots, and that's how you'll end up with a growing collection. These are all clones of the same plant. So that's how you propagate them, by division. Basically, you just put a spade through the root and then repot them. And because they're then in a new big pot, it might take them a couple of seasons to start flowering again because they won't be that cozy in that new pot. But you will get flowers eventually. Now the flowers, you leave them on until they're dead, and then you remove the flower heads so that the leaves in the autumn time can continue to feed the bulbs, and that gives them energy reserves for the winter. So there we go, a little bit of a potted history on how to generally care for Agapanthus. Now these, as you can see, are looking pale and anemic. They've only just come out into the light. Plants photosynthesize, and that uses, I think it's chloroform, or is it chlorophyll? It's one or the other in their leaves, and that's what makes the green colour. And because they've not been photosynthesizing, they've gone yellow and pale. It's also possibly a lack of nutrients, especially nitrogen. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give my Agapanthus pots a spring tonic, and you'll see me do this, and I would recommend you try this if you've got Agapanthus in pots. Notwithstanding all the stuff I've already said, which is the basic care. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some slow release on top of the pots. I'm also going to add some Epsom salts. Now be careful with Epsom salts. Half a little coffee can there will cover a square metre, so you don't want to over apply. It's much better to do it little and often. But Epsom salts is brilliant for foliage when it's going yellow. Now I reckon that these 5 pots, the whole surface area of those will be around a metre. So I am going to apply, and I'll show it you now, do it real time, half a coffee can. Can you see? That's all I need for those 5 pots. That whole box will do 42 square metres. I've actually used the other half to feed this parterre, which is doing incredibly well, so it really does work. And then that, and I am going to water it in a minute, I will sprinkle evenly around each of these 5 pots. There's a bit of a lump in there, must have got damp in it. So that's Epsom salts going on. That's as easy as that. The hose pipe is waiting in the wings. The next thing is slow release. They don't need a lot of feed in Agapanthus, but they will benefit from a feed at this time of year. I'm just going to make sure all these are level because I'm about to give these a good soak and I want the water to stay in the pot. Incidentally, you can see I've potted these with a good inch of space at the top so I can really flood them. When these grow up, it'll be difficult to get the watering can or the hose pipe in there, so I can use one of those watering ones and I can get it in the base and I can flood them. So that's a good tip. Slow release, all purpose. It covers every eventuality in terms of the chemicals that are in it. And again, little and often. I'm going to use one full capful for all of these 5, and I'm just going, like I did with the Epsom salts, just going to gently sprinkle it on. Now, you might think, oh, that's sitting on the leaves. Well, it won't be in a minute because I'm going to spray this and water it down, and you'll see that. So that's it, spring tonic. I'll summarise what I've said in a minute because I am aware that I've kind of gone all over the place. I'll move those out of the way so they don't get wet. And now, I will water this in. I'm going to fill each of these pots right up to the top and give these the soaking of their life. Basically, it's springtime. I want them to get wet. I want them to be triggered into growth and I want them to burst into life. The sunlight will help. They'll start to take the nutrients out of the soil with those little bit of extra help from the food, the tonic I've just given it. And in no time, they'll be up probably 18 inches and there'll be beautiful white flowers. I have white Agapanthus in my garden coming from the top. So there we go. Agapanthus, hardy or not hardy, I take all mine in for the winter. They like to be slightly pot bound, cozy, but not completely pot bound to flower. Bring them out in the spring, give them a good soak, a bit of a feed, little and often, and they will burst into life and give you lots of lovely flowers. And of course, I will do an update to these. I'm going to continue soaking them. I've not given them enough water. Hope you've enjoyed that. One last thing, don't forget, these are in my Amazon shop. They're not expensive. I'll put the links below. I appreciate it if you can buy through my links because I always get a tiny commission on each thing and it all adds up, goes back into my garden. So again, thanks for your support. Right, let's get watering.